Hello students, welcome back to Madhvi's Java programming tutorials. In this video, I'll discuss usage of length and charAt methods of string class. The contents are creating string objects in Java environment. Although I have discussed in lesson 59, we will see in Java environment. Second one is password validity check program with the help of length and charAt methods of string class. And third one is a practice exercise. Now let us see different ways of creating string objects. First way is string as a literal. Means we give the contents in double quotes into an object. Pass the contents to an object. String is a class. S1 is an object equals to Java in double quotes. Literal. Now, the second one is reading strings using scanner. The reading would be two ways. First one is next method. Second one is next line method. We've already created an object scanner SC. SC.next will be stored in S2 object of string class. Now next method reads till a space, whereas next line method reads till end of line. So we have to see if we are expecting a space as a part of the input, then next line will be used, otherwise next. So two objects S2 and S3 are read from the user. Third way is creating an empty string. There are two ways: storing no value in a string and no value using new keyword. Let's see this. String S4 is equivalent to, within double quotes, nothing, not even space we give. This is an empty string. Later on we can add characters, append characters to it. This is one way. Second way is using new keyword. String sum S5 is equal to new string, nothing is passed over here, then double semicolon. Control K, this way also it accepts empty strings. Then creating string object using new keyword with the help of a literal. For example, string S6 is equal to new string. Let's suppose we are sending a literal test. Now, literal means, which we have discussed in lesson 59. The contents are stored in string literal pool. But when we say new and a literal, in two places, it will be stored. One is in heap area. The test will be stored in heap area, and S6 points at test, and it is a literal also. So in string collection pool, test is also created. Please go through lesson 59. The next way is using intern method. So let's assume we are creating S7 string, new string test only, but dot intern. What does this method do? It makes sure that test, if it is there in string literal pool, it won't create test in string literal pool second time. Intern makes sure that. But S6 points at test in the heap area, S7 points at test, another test in the heap area. Last one is creating a string object using a character array. So char some ch is an array, and we are assigning A, B, and C. This is a character array. And here one point which I want to mention, any array contents should be displayed with the help of a for loop, ch of 0, ch of 1, ch of 2, something like that. But if it is a character array, then println statement is written in such a way it can read all the characters and print without for loop. So if I say just ch, what happens is it prints all of them. It does not print the address like other integer array or other double array and so on and so forth. Apart from this, using this ch only, we can create a new string. So string some s8 is equal to new string, but instead of sending a literal, we send an array variable, that is ch. So a string s8 is equal to new string ch. This is also possible. Control K, no errors. These are the possible ways of creating object. First one is string as a literal. Second one, reading either using next or next line. Third one, creating an empty string in two ways. Here, what we can do is later on, we can say S5 is equal to A, B, C. We can point at another string. This is also possible. And fourth way is creating a string with new keyword as well as literal. Then using intern method. Last but not least, with the help of a character array. So this is about creating string objects. Now let us see the password validity check problem statement. Read password from the user and display valid or not. Valid length of the password must be minimum 8 characters. This is the first rule. So length method we will use. Space is not allowed at all in between or at the beginning or at the end. So we don't use trim method, but we extract each character and check for space. If space, we need to stop the program. So first one is length of the password less than 8, stop the program. Second one, space is there, stop the program. Third one is if it should contain at least one capital letter, one lowercase letter, one number, one special character. So we keep counting. Counting after extracting each character. So charAt method is used for finding space and also counting capital, lowercase and all till the length of the input. So we've taken a scanner class and all these rules we give here. Length should be like this, space not allowed, must contain all these things. Enter a password and read the password. After that, store length first of all, check length less than 8, then stop the program. First one, declare the variables to count uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and special characters. For example, these are the int capital count is 0, lowercase count is 0, num count is 0, special count is 0. So that in the for loop we can increment and see if at all capital count is 0 or lowercase count is 0, any one of them are 0, then not valid. Then we take a for loop, extract characters. If space, stop the program, otherwise count all of them. Then check the counts. If the counts are 0 anywhere else, then invalid, otherwise valid. This is the program. So here First of all, we take int len is equal to x dot length. Len is stored. Whatever input is there, len is stored. If at all that len less than 8, it cannot be less than 8. In that case, we say the same message. What is it? Length of the password must be minimum 8 characters, and then stop the program. One of the ways is return. Stop. This is for first part is clear. Then declare the variables to count the variables. Then for loop, because we want to examine each and every character of the input. So some for int a is equal to 0. This is for index. A less than len till length a plus plus. We start a for loop. And after that, we extract characters. How do we extract? In the lesson 60, we've seen char some ch is equal to x dot char at a. First time a is 0, 0 to length. Length is, let's suppose 8. 8 times the for loop works. And character at 0 will be returned first time to ch. Then first character, then, and so on and so forth. And every time we are checking if at all this ch contains a space double equals to space. Can be mentioned like this. In that case, we want to stop the program by giving a message also. So what is the message we want to give? The same message, space is not allowed. So control V and then remove this 2. Space is not allowed as a part of the password and return. We don't want to continue the program. From for loop only we are coming out of the program. But if there is no space, so first character is test space Java. TEST 4 times it works. But 5th time, without even counting anything, it comes because there is a space after test, that is 5th character. And then if it is not a space, then what we want to do? If it is a capital letter or not, lowercase letter or not, and so on and so forth, we want to find out. So if ch greater than equals to character capital A, and also both the things should be true. Ch should be less than equivalent to Z, capital Z. What is meant by this? 65, if you remember, 65 to 90. 65 to 90 Unicodes are for A to Z. So CH Unicode is greater than 65 and also less than 90. In that case, we want to count capitals. Capital count plus plus. Capital count plus plus. So first thing done. Else if CH, we write control C and then we write here else if CH greater than equals to lowercase a and less than equal to lowercase z. In that case, what we want to do? Lowercase count plus plus. Lowercase count plus plus. The next one is between 0 to 9. So else if what we do? Greater than equals to 0, 48 to 57. Less than equivalent to 9, these are all characters only. Less than equal to 9, then num count plus plus. Else, on the keyboard, if you remove or don't ignore A to Z capitals, A to Z lowercase, 0 to 9, rest of them are special characters only. So all of them, action characters and special characters. Action characters anyway it won't take, so special count to plus plus. So in the for loop, what we have done, extracted a character, checked if it is the space, return, stop the program. Otherwise, what we do, check for capital letter, check for, this is if else structure, because once a character is a capital, no need of checking lowercase, number and special. It comes out of the if else if ladder. So as a programmer, we are reducing the number of processing time or number of lines to process because of if else if ladder. Now this for loop is finished. After for loop, what we have to do is check the counts. If at all, we will copy from here, easy. If capital count double equals to 0 after the for loop, that means capital counts are not there. That is not a valid password then. Or lower count, case count is 0. Either one of them true is equal to 0, or num count is still 0, or special count is still 0. In that case, invalid. Or we can give special count should be 1. All these messages which are given here, we can copy paste, must contain 1 capital, 1 lowercase, 1 number and 1 special. I'm not writing here. In case any one of them has 0, then we say system.out.println invalid. Else valid. Else valid. This is about the program. So the entire program says here, first of all, read a password. If the length is less than 8, then we are stopping the program by giving proper message. Then declared variables. After that, for loop extracted a character at a index. If at all space, from here only we are returning. Otherwise, see, any one of them are true, then update that particular variable. And after the for loop, checking if at all capital count still is 0 and then lowercase count is still 0 and so on and so forth. In that case, invalid, otherwise valid. This is about the program. So let's execute and see the program. First time, all these messages are there, rules are there, enter password. I'm giving only one, length should be 8 characters. Okay, let's execute second time and see. This time we are giving 8, more than 8 characters, but there is a space. So space is not allowed as a part of the password. Third time when I execute, I give capital is there, number is there, lowercase letters are there, but there is no special character. In that case, invalid it is telling us. But if I give proper password, what are the rules? 8 characters, capital should be there, number should be there, some special characters should be there, and lowercase letters. This is a valid password. So this is about the program. Now the practice exercise. Password check 3 times. You need to write, but I'll show you the output. All these rules. Enter a password. A, length is not correct. Then length must be minimum 8 characters and it is asking second time. 3 times it will ask. For banking and all, you must have seen already. Second time, I'm giving so many characters, but there is a space. Here also it is wrong. Space is not allowed. Third time also I'm giving wrong. Let's suppose capital is there, no number, and some @ sign is there, lowercase characters are there. Number is not present. Third time also we made a mistake deliberately. 3 attempts are over, try again. 3 times it will ask again and again. This is the practice exercise for you. One more loop should be there and count how many mistakes the user is doing. When 3 attempts are unsuccessful, then we display this message. Either 1 or 2 or 3 times, if we give a correct password, it should display valid password. For example, A1, all these characters, and then some @ sign, no space, more than 8 characters, and all of them are their valid password. So this is the practice exercise for you. Let's see the practice exercise here. Length and charAt methods of string class. Modify the password check program in such a way after 3 unsuccessful attempts, display the message. 3 attempts are over, try again. Refer chapter 8 of Essentials of Computer Applications for further understanding and practice exercises. The next video is about index of, last index of, and substring methods of string class. Thank you.